I had no intention of vlogging my vacation, so I didn't film an intro. So this is gonna be my intro. I haven't taken any time off this summer besides, like, I took a few days off when Montana died, but that was because I was incapable of functioning. But I haven't taken any like vacation time this summer. So because I was saving it because my grandparents were coming to visit at the end of August / beginning of September. So they flew in on Friday, August 29th, I think it was. And they flew into Toronto. They normally fly into Montreal and then my parents go pick them up there because that's closer. But because I'm here, oh my God, that's disgusting. Because I'm here, they flew into Toronto so they haven't been here since, like, to Toronto proper, I want to say since like 2005, maybe earlier than that. So it's been a really long time since they were in the city. My parents came down, picked them up from the airport. My parents stayed with me. My grandparents stayed at the Omni King Edward, which is a fancy hotel. She booked it in March, and they think they're paying in pounds, not Canadian dollars, but they paid about 400 pounds, which is still dear, still pretty expensive for 2 nights. This is like a $700-800 a night hotel, and they paid like $800 for 2 nights. We reckon they paid about $350 with the exchange rate for this hotel, which is an insane deal. So cheater hack, if you want a really good deal at a fancy hotel in Toronto, book it months in advance. And then on Saturday we went out to see my granny's friend and her husband who live out in Ancaster, and then we came back here and stayed in Toronto again. Went to the I keep wanting to call it the St. Jacob Market. That's in Kitchener. We're in St. Jacob, Ontario. The St. Lawrence Market. Had breakfast there. Came back to my place, packed up really quickly, took out the trash, unplugged stuff, got in the truck, and drove back to my parents' place with a stop in Cobourg. And we just stayed at my parents' house for, I don't know, I think I was there for like 11 days, 9 days maybe. And then I got the train back yesterday. So that was my vacation. It was lovely. I have a few clips. I didn't talk at all during any of the clips, I don't think. But I had a really lovely time. And it was fantastic. And I feel very rested and relaxed. Today is Wednesday. It was my first day back at work. And that brings you up to speed. At the end of this video, you're going to see me in exactly this position with everything around me because I'm going to cut this here, send you into my vacation, and then we're going to come back with a haul.
had my disabled badge up there. Just says, but it's a loading thing.
It might actually be.
Really late very soon.
You can see all the if I turn around, you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that.
Jeez.
You're shaking my confidence, baby. Well, Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please, to come home. Come home. Oh, 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 Mine is always the
It always is.
This is mine and cheese.
I hope you enjoyed the clips from my vacation. Welcome back to the exact same place you saw me at the beginning of the video. I've organized my haul into things I bought, a transition item, and then things that I found in my mom's attic. So, we'll start with books. I have 2 books here, but I didn't buy that one. I just took it home with me and didn't read it. I bought 1 book at White Pine Bookshop in Arnprior, which is one of my 2 favorite bookstores. It's called The Coast Road by Alan Murren. It's set in Donegal, which is both of these books. This one is about the Irish diaspora in London, and this is about women in Donegal. So we have a theme. And then while on vacation, I read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I'd been saving it for when I was home during nice weather because most of her books are set in Barry's Bay, which is near where my parents live. So another Irish book. And then I bought a fair few clothes. I really need to work on my fall winter wardrobe, and so I did some of that while I was home. I do need some pieces to make things outfits, but I'll do a little try on maybe in the morning to put in here. But I got these. So most of these clothes are from a store called Audrey's in Arnprior. I used to think it leaned a little old lady. I don't know if she's changed it a little bit or if I'm old. No, so I got these jeans from French Dressing Jeans, and I really like them. They fit really nicely. I like the buttons on the pockets. I've worn them twice already because it was a lot colder than I expected it to be for early September. We'll stick with Audrey's. Oh, we gotta rearrange things. And then I got this green Henley, which I'm really excited about. This is my favorite color to wear. I think it's the color that looks best on me. And then this is an outfit. Well, I'll probably wear the green Henley with those jeans, but I got these Merlot colored corduroy cropped, slightly cropped. Probably wouldn't be cropped if you were shorter than 5'6" trousers and this top. And I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent, but I'm really pleased with these pieces, and I'm going to wear them next week because I actually have a work event that I was starting to get stressed about clothes for because I didn't feel like I had enough outfits for a 4-day conference. And then I got this skirt in a shop in Pembroke called West on Main, and it was in the sales section. I tried on a lot of stuff there. They had this really gorgeous brine slip skirt thing with like a tiny bit of lace trim at the bottom. And my accent is going to be all over the place in these clips because I've just been around my parents and my grandparents. I'm back in the city. I haven't been around any Americans though, so the Tennessee shouldn't slip. But yeah, I'm thinking for winter I want a black top for this, but maybe pink. I don't know. I don't wear a lot of pink because of my hair, so we'll see. Oh, I have a jacket. And then I got this jacket at a shop called Keeping Company in Renfrew, Ontario. This is where my birthday money from my mom and dad went. And then my birthday money from my grandparents went to this bangle from Jenny Bird, which I got at a shop called Coty 28, also in Arnprior. And I really like it because I'll be able to do it up by myself. Because it just is on a hinge and then clips. I'm a little swollen today, but I really like it. I like how simple it is as well. So also at Coty 28, I got a little card for my friend's bridal shower that I'm going to this weekend that I don't have a gift for. And these squirrel napkins. And then sadly, one of my favorite antique stores that I have told you about before in Arnprior is closing. The owner died, actually. I've been wanting a horseshoe for above my door, so that's what I got in their closing sale. He didn't have a debit machine anymore. He asked if I would pay $5, which I thought was a little much. I might not have bought it for $5, but I only had $3.35 in cash. So I got it for $3.35. My mom was like, why did you pay for one? We probably have one. So I turned to my dad and said, do you have any? He was like, no. So we don't have horses anymore. So, and then also in Arnprior, I had a big day in Arnprior. I can't remember what this place is called. I'm going to have to look it up. But I got these really cool earrings at this jewelry shop in Arnprior. They had really cool stuff. And it like wasn't outrageously priced, and it was all Canadian designers. And then random things. I thought my mom didn't have any spearmint tea. She did, but I bought a box before I realized that, so I brought it with me because I only have one bag left. The water there always gives me a really bad eczema flare-up. So I got the La Roche-Posay Le Picard Xerand hand repair cream. This stuff is a godsend when I'm having an eczema flare. And then at Union Station, after I got off the train, there's an Nespresso store in the Union Station, and I knew I didn't have any coffee, although then I went grocery shopping after I got home and I didn't get any milk. So this morning I had to have black coffee, which is not my preference. But I got a sleeve of the Nola, or the Nola, sorry. That was too enunciated for New Orleans. And the pistachio vanilla flavor. This is really nice. And then I got a free gift. Our gratitude for your loyalty of a sample pack. So that's exciting. And the reason why I didn't do that last of the things that I purchased is I bought a bundt pan in Renfrew at the Bonachere Bakery. If you go to the Bonachere Bakery, they might be sold out. They were when we were there, but you have to get the California chicken sandwich. It's so good, but they do sell out of it. But I used the bundt pan in my suitcase because when we were going through bins in my mother's attic, she had a kitchen bin with like 6 sleeves of Nespresso pots. 4 of them were open. So I put them in here so that they would take up less space in the suitcase. But it was like $60 worth of Nespresso pods that she wasn't using. So I took them because they fit my Nespresso. My mom also gave me this pack of instant custard mix from Asda, which she must have got last time she was in Ireland, or my granny brought over, because we don't get custard like this in Canada. I'm pretty sure in North America. We get tins of custard, which are okay for trifle because they're thicker. Or we get like the big pack. But this is like an instant custard. And then technically they don't know I took this, but my dad had a stack of hats in the closet of the bedroom I was sleeping in, so I took this. I need to make it a little bit smaller to fit my head, but I just took it. Then apparently we all have little pewter mugs, so this is mine. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but allegedly it's mine. And then this is a little plate holder, or like a little frame holder, and I'm going to see if Montana's paw print will fit in it. And this was my Granny Duncan's, but it was in my mom's attic, and I'm gonna add it to my gallery wall somewhere. I wanted another circular item because the drum seems a little random, so I wanted another circle, but it already has the hanging hardware and everything. And I just really loved it. And I love that it's my other granny's, the one who's already died. So, love that. And last but not least, this might gross some of you out because microwave egg, I can understand, but this is a microwave omelet maker. And I think this will be really great for work mornings when I'm in kind of a rush. I want a healthy breakfast. I don't have anything prepped. 2 eggs, mix them up, some veggies and some cheese. Pop it in the microwave. I believe Epicure has some recipes online and instructions for how long. But yeah, that is everything I brought back with me from my end of summer holidays. I really like taking my vacation at the end of the summer because it's so much less busy. Everybody with children is back in their assigned locations because their children are back in school. Things are a wee bit cheaper. Like I got my train ticket for $84, including tax. And I really like traveling at the end of summer. I have nothing else to say, so I'll see you next week.